Let us not provide false ease to others in their passions. Geronda. When a woman tells us the spiritual father didn't understand me, what should we tell her? Tell her, could it be that you didn't make yourself clear? Could it be your fault? In such cases you should perturb those who complain, not excuse them too readily. However, these are very delicate and sensitive matters, because even spiritual fathers can become confused. What if she tells us that she is not comfortable with her spiritual father? Maybe she is also at fault if she is not comfortable. Maybe she is seeking to put at false ease by her spiritual father, wanting her own will to be granted. Let's say that someone is neglecting his family and is constantly arguing with his wife. He wants to divorce her and he comes to me to complain, demanding that I side with him, demanding that I bless him to dissolve his family. If I tell him this is all your fault and he doesn't acknowledge his guilt, he will say that I didn't put him at ease. In other words, some people will say things like, the spiritual father didn't put me at ease because the spiritual father won't tell them what they want to hear. If the spiritual father were to justify each person's passions, he would ease their consciences, but they wouldn't be helped spiritually. If we are to ease each person's conscience and his passions, why not also put the devil at ease? Why not also please the devil? For example, you come and tell me, sister, so and so came and spoke to me in an insulting manner. And I say to you, well, don't pay any attention to her. This will put you at ease. Then after a while, that sister comes and tells me something about you. Sister so and so has done this and that. And I tell her, well, you know she is. Don't take her too seriously. Now I have put her at ease also. This way I put everyone at ease, but I also mislead them. In actual fact, I should tell you, come now, if the sister spoke like that to you, you must have done something to her. This will give you room to consider your guilt in the matter and to correct yourself. For from the moment you begin to realize your guilt, everything will get better. Real ease, real peace comes when a person aligns himself with the gospel and tries to live patristically. The goal is how to be at peace in paradise and not how to be at peace on earth. There are some spiritual fathers who put the thoughts of others at ease, and then these persons exclaim, the spiritual father has granted me a great degree of inner peace, but they unfortunately remain uncorrected. In fact, these spiritual fathers are supposed to help the person find his faults, help him correct these faults, and then guide him forward in his life. Only then does real peace come. Just putting someone at peace in his passions is of no help. For me, this is a crime. When the spiritual father is called on to help two people who are involved in a relationship, he must communicate with both. For instance, when he listens to the thoughts of two people who have differences, he must know both souls, for surely each person will present the situation as he understands it. And he should only agree to resolve their differences if they too agree to have them resolved according to the gospel. For all the other solutions are nothing but a constant headache that will continuously require aspirants. Then he must put each one in his place. He must justify neither one. He must point out to each one his faults, bring each of them to an even keel. This is how they'll agree and come to an understanding. The only good attribute I have is this: I never justify anyone, even when he is not at fault. When, for example, women come and tell me that they have problems in their family and that their husband is at fault, I scolded the woman. When the men come and complain about a woman, I scolded the man. I don't put their thoughts at ease, I don't ease their conscience, but instead I point out each person's faults and weaknesses. I say to each person whatever is needed in order for him to be helped. Otherwise one will live at peace and the other will live at peace. But at home they will start fighting again. He was right when he told me this about you. And do you know what he said to me about you? What I mean to say is that I never put anyone at ease with his passions. I often find it necessary to scold someone severely for his own good, of course, but at least he goes away truly at peace with himself and with others. They may leave feeling that the medicine was somewhat bitter, but inside they understand that the medicine was more bitter for me than for them. And they feel the love that moved me to scold them. Geronda, some people gain a sense of safety when you scold them. Yes, because I don't scold someone dryly without explaining. I will point out to him his good qualities so that he may develop them even further, as well as his faults that need to be corrected. But when you don't tell him the truth, there comes a point when he sees through the flattery and despairs.